Welcome back to the Entertainment Beyond show. As always, I'm your one and only host, Jensen, the beautiful, majestic MFN Jackson. And I just got back home from seeing a new film, Transformers 1. Decepticons! Megatron. Optimus! It was more mature than I thought it was. I've only heard the premise or the log line. I'm on this new kick where I don't watch trailers for films or television. If I'm interested, I avoid it like the fucking plague. And so I knew nothing about this film going into it other than it would tell the origins of how the live action Megatron and Optimus came to be auto enemies. And you guys, Jeff's kiss. It was it was fucking good. I'm not even gonna lie to you. Excuse me for a second. It was a lot better than I expected to go. And granted, I was going to see a 7 p.m. showing on a Thursday night. And while I know that school is back in session or whatnot, I was almost certain that I was going to be sitting in a theater with a bunch of annoying, bratty little asshole children. And by the way, don't get it confused. I have children. I just don't like other people's children. Love my own children, don't like other people's children. But no, it was all adults. And I felt like while none of us were talking, we were respecting the magic that is the silver screen. Uh, I felt like we all collectively knew these characters. One of the things that blew me away the most, because Chris Hemsworth has such an iconic voice. I mean, he's only been around so long. I mean, what? Couple of decades, but it feels like it was just yesterday that he was a star on the rise. Cast as Thor before he'd make his big screen appearance as the Odin son. He would play the hero with a heart of gold in The Cabin in the Woods. So those were our first interactions stateside to Christopher Hemsworth. And so I knew like who was playing Optimus and who was playing Megatron. I didn't expect to be if you go and see this film, you'll be watching it and there are only small moments. Like he did a really good job of finding this voice for this character because I thought it was just going to be straight Chris Hemsworth, like, oh shit, that's Thor. But no, it's only when his voice gets a little bit deep and guttural that you're like, there's Hemsworth. I fucking know him. Uh, I don't want to say too much about the plot of the film. It's really fucking good. And I feel like we're approaching an age of, approaching like a golden age or maybe a platinum age in fucking animation. I mean, there's still a high bar when it comes to big screen animation. And I say high bar, I'm talking about, of course, the Into the Spider Verse and the Across the Spider Verse films. They're just something special. I mean, the last animated film that came close to kind of matching that would be the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Mutant Mayhem, which was, which reminds me, I got to watch that, the television show. Hopefully, they keep the same animation. But yeah, we're approaching a platinum age. Fuck silver, fuck bronze, silver, gold. We're going platinum, baby. We're approaching a platinum age of animation where shit's just there were shots in this film that beguiled me. I know that's a word. You're like, what does beguiling mean? Look it up. I don't have enough time to tell you what beguiling means. But it beguiled, it dazzled, it was just, I had fun watching this film. Um, you get introduced to the core characters. You got Megatron, Optimus. You meet Bumblebee at the start of the second act. You meet Starscream. You meet Soundwave. You meet Shockwave. Like I knew right as soon as I saw him, before he even did his little Soundwave thing. I knew just from the look. I'm like, oh fuck, that's fucking Soundwave. And the thing that you guys should know going into this, at least from what I heard online, is that this is like I said a little bit earlier, it's a prequel to the Michael Bay Transformers line of succession films. I don't know. They're like at what, Transformers live action film number 7 or something. I know they did one with the beasts and shit that I kind of lost interest in the live action Transformers films after, like, if I'm being honest with you, after 3, I kind of was like, okay, I was blown away with the first one, and now this is just kind of, I don't know, must be living on the darkest timeline, because I was like, I'm sort of bored of this. This revived, rejuvenated, rejuvenated my need for more Transformers. I fucking hope that they do another one of these. Like if you're telling me, like, I know that they're doing another live action Transformers. I just heard news today that they're actually gonna do the way that the Beast Wars or whatever the fuck they called the last Transformers that had the ones with the beasts in it. Um, I heard that it ended with them linking up with the GI Joes. So I know that the next live action Transformers film is going to follow on for that from that, and it's going to be Transformers cross GI Joe. Um, but if we lived in a universe where the only way we could get satiated with more Transformers action on the big screen was with this new animation shit, bro. 2 tickets, please. I ain't bringing nobody with me, but I'll buy an extra one just to make it that much more money. This was it was fantastic. I loved it. I fucking loved it, and you really felt the emotion. And I like the subtle cues that they were doing with Megatron, especially once they got their transformation powers, which I'm not gonna, like I said, I'm not really gonna spoil this, but I like the subtle hints and notations towards well, I think they called him D1, but his transformation from D1 to Megatron. And unlike a lot of stories with villains that break bad, this one I really felt like he had a reason to turn to the dark side, so to speak. It, like I said, it was good. It was good, and this, you can really tell that that this is part of the Michael Bay Transformers universe, because he's produced it and Steven Spielberg produced it. So it really lets you know that this isn't just them dipping off into a pocket universe of the Transformers films. It's them giving us the exact explanation for why things broke down the way that they did. I also was like, holy shit, I prefer Bumblebee to never talk. I prefer him when he only communicates through radio. Like, good lord, Bumblebee, who was, I believe, played by Keegan Michael Key, who is comedy cash. He did a good job, but I'm just like, oh my god, I prefer Bumblebee to never speak. Now it makes sense. Makes perfect sense. But anyways, between a scale of 1 to 4 thumbs up, I'm going to give Transformers 1 3 thumbs up. It was a great time. I know I've been very generous with giving high remarks. Just because I gave it 3 thumbs up doesn't mean there's anything wrong with it. Perfectly good film. Go take your kids to it. There's fun for the children and the adults. But anyways, I gotta go. With that, I'll say good night. Mwah, and goodbye.